Hey, it's Todd Burrier from toddburrier.com, and today I want to talk a little bit about how to handle a temporary setback because you're going to have them, right? And I'm not talking about someone saying no. I'm talking about something you perceive is really a setback, right? Like it's a blow. It's a blow. So let me give you a little example that is from my fishing experience, and this happened not long ago. I was fishing out off the coast of Florida, and we were trolling, and we're out in several hundred feet of water, so anything is possible, and that's kind of the excitement, just like prospecting is. You never know what's going to happen, and so there's four of us in the boat, which means that if a line goes off, meaning a fish is on, that you rotate who's going to bring the fish in. And so it was this one woman, Krista's, turn to bring the fish in, and so the line goes off, and she grabs it, and she's fighting it for, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes, and finally she's worn out. I mean, it was a big fish. We couldn't see it because it was still down deep, but everybody's excited because we want to see what we got here. We got something big, and that's what you're out there for. You might only get one shot, right? Some days you go out there, you never get a shot. And so she ran out of juice, and then she handed the rod to me, and I fought the thing for 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I tell you, I don't know what it was, right? So I can't say it was a huge fish, but it was certainly so big we couldn't get it up. And I'd pull back and wind, and then the line would go back. And I'd pull back and wind, and the line would go back. And then finally, we lost the fish. And so you're going to have that experience, right? You're going to have that experience where you lose the fish, right? So I'm not talking about someone that says no to you right up front or something. I'm talking about, and this could relate to someone who's really expresses they want to do it and that you're excited about, and they've got potential, and you feel like they're a big fish. Or it could be related to something that is big fish oriented from a project standpoint. Maybe you're working on a new video or new program or new webinar or something you're going to do to introduce, and you put your heart into it, and it bombs, right? It just bombs. And so it's a blow, right? It's a blow. It's like, oh. Just like we felt when that fish got, we're like, the whole boat just went, oh. So what do you do? What do you do when you're disappointed like that? Do you quit? Of course not, right? We didn't pack up our tackle and go, okay, I guess this isn't for us, and drive back into shore, right? We kept fishing, right? We go back in the water as soon as possible. Hey, let's get back on the horse, right? You got to do the thing you got to do. You got to get back at it, because just because you had that experience, you can learn from it, and then you move forward. So there's a couple things you can do in the setbacks, right? First is you got to get back to it, right? You don't blame anything. You don't make excuses. It is what it is at that point. But it doesn't mean you ignore, right? So in my case, I thought, okay, was there something I was doing in the way I brought the fish in, right? In other words, you debrief it. And so this is a little, might take a little mental adjustment for you, but think about the loss as being empowering, because you're going to learn from it, right? It takes multiple experiences sometimes to get to a place where when you encounter a situation in your life, it's like old hat. It's like, you see people out functioning in the world who do pretty amazing stuff. They weren't just born that way, right? They've been through experiences that prepared them. And so setbacks, right? Setbacks for you, disappointments, losing the big fish, these are things that prepare you to catch the big fish, right? It's what prepares you to make a better video, to make a better webinar, to do a better presentation, to be more effective, to be better able to work with a certain kind of person, right? You have to go through those to have them. So you should be empowered. Again, I know it's not easy to go, okay, I'm so empowered. I just lost the big fish. I'm so excited, right? But when you get it, right, when you really get that deeply, you'll understand that is the truth, right? You're empowered. And so you're empowered that you can keep going because, heck, you did it. Even if you did the webinar that flopped, you still created it and did it. That's a win. You got to understand it was a win to be in the water. It's a win to be out there fishing. It's a win to do the thing that you did that failed. Just doing it is a win. And so you got to be empowered by that, because you can repeat it and get better. Then you debrief it. Okay, so what did go well? What do I learn from that? Where do I feel like I made a mistake? Was it this or was it that? Right? So that's just smart. You don't need to debrief it in the moment. Come back to it when you're not emotional. Get back in the water, but come back to it. And then ask yourself questions about it, right? What if I had done this? And ask others if you can, right? What if I done that? What if I done this, right? And then just remember, you're successfully identifying things many times when you have any sort of setback of what won't work, right? Which is fine. That's what Edison did, right? Edison wasn't the only person working on electricity, right? He wasn't the only one trying to make a light bulb, right? There were lots of people trying to do that. He just identified way more ways that it wouldn't work because he was unwilling to stop until he accomplished it. And that's what you're going to do, right? You're like, Todd, don't tell me what I'm going to do. I'm telling you, that's what you're going to do. You're going to do what you got to do until you get where you're trying to go, because that's how you get where you're trying to go. You're going to have tons of temporary setbacks. You're going to lose tons of big fish. So what? Doesn't change anything. Doesn't change anything. As a matter of fact, the more you lose, the more you're in the game. And that means the more you win. So I hope that message was helpful for you. Feel free to share it. Might be others that could benefit from this message. And see you again tomorrow.